Hey guys, so let's get this show on the road here. I'm gonna go ahead and dig out these couple cables that I have from the old system that I was attempting to put in a few years ago. I've got a couple 100-footers and I think 50 or 60 footers or something, 75, I don't know. So I'll go here and get these dug out and start running some cable and get this thing set up. So the show must go on, right? So guys, the way that I'm going to run the cable here, I've had this put in here for a long time from when I did the old system. I've got this box up underneath here, and it's like a phone box or cable box. It's an old school Prime Star back in the day. I don't know how I ended up with it, but I've got a couple of them. So what I'm doing is all my cables are run through here, and then I'll put a lock and stuff on it so that way people can't really get into the box, but it didn't really matter though. So what I'm going to do is start running my cables and get everything ready to go. So I got to thinking about this. I didn't actually explain how I did this. So this plate is just screwed on here, of course. And what I did is I have a piece of PVC that's stuck in the middle, and I siliconed all the way around on the inside, like behind here, and then I siliconed it actually to the box to help keep moisture out of the house. And then this runs all the way into the inside of the house, where the wires come out, and then I have a wall plate with a little hole, and I got a slit cut in it. So I'll show you that once I get in the house here, but like I said, it's just a piece of PVC that I got stuck through the hole there. The PVC pipe just makes it a little easier to run it through the wall. A lot of times if you just run the wire straight through, it'll drop down or go up or any other direction. With that piece of PVC in there, yeah, the hole is a little bigger, but if you're running 7 or 8 cables through it, you know, it takes up a little bit of space. So that's kind of why I ran it with, I think it's a 1.5 inch pipe or something, just a, I think it's a cold water drain pipe or something. I don't know what it is. I bought it for something else and ended up with it in there. So okay guys, I'm going to show you kind of a point of view here. What I'm trying to do is cover the whole driveway, so I kind of got to look and see where it's going to point, and then you know, get the camera kind of in place and see if it's where I need it. So what I'm going to do is kind of put you where the camera's kind of going to point at, so you kind of understand. The best way to do it is kind of put your head where the camera, where you want it to be, and then look in the general direction of where you want it to go, because you'll have to come out and adjust it once you actually get everything set up. But you want to kind of have an idea of where it's going to see, but you want to be able to see as much as you can, but yet be behind things, so that way people can't just go up and just walk and you know, adjust the camera out the view, you know. So, but I'm going to have a couple cameras on the front and some in the back, so everything will be covered. Every place in the front and the back of the house will basically be covered with the amount of cameras I'm going to have. So let me get you up here and kind of show you what I want to do. So hold on here. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this right here, because it'll cover the whole driveway. You can see both sides of the van, and like I said, all the way down the driveway, and you can actually see the mailbox out there and across the street. So that's kind of the view that I'm looking for. Yeah, it won't show the fence, but if I get back too far, then it ends up being, you know, you get a view like this and then you don't see anything. So I want it to where I can see the whole van, because then if somebody's on the other side, then it's less of a chance for it not to pick it up. So I didn't actually do a formal unboxing on the cameras itself. There's not a whole lot to them. This just tells you the specs and stuff on there. You guys want to pause it and you can get to this. And it's a color, 12 volt, all that good stuff. Okay, and this is what the box looks like when you get it. Okay. So let me pull this out of here. So this is what you get when you unbox it. Not a whole lot in these boxes. You got the camera and the mount and stuff. Hi, Stormy. Oh, okay. So you get the screws. If you put these inside, it's got these little dealies here, so that way you can put it in drywall and stuff. Okay, move, babe. Oh, silly dog. Okay, so here's the one bracket. This is the only bracket that it comes with, but get this out of here. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this is the part that mounts, and then this mounts to the actual camera. It's got this little rubber deal here to keep it from vibrating too much, and helps when you crank this down on there, it keeps it tight. But what you do is you can unloosen this. Let's see here. Kind of hard to do this one-handed, okay, but it allows this to swivel, and you pretty much point it anywhere you want. Okay, and then there's the camera. I kind of like the style of these cameras compared to the other ones. They're a little more shielded per se. It comes in this styrofoamy stuff, and then this is the camera. These ones have no sound on them. You can hook up sound to this DVR, but it's not a requirement. So that's the face of it. It's got this little, you know, it has IR LEDs in here, infrared, and then this is a little sensor to tell when it's actually nighttime or not, and they'll turn on by themselves. This little shield that's on the top actually comes off here. So if you wanted to just put in just this, so say it was inside, you don't have to put that little shieldy thing on there to help shield it from being outside. So, and here's the specs on the side of it. You may be able to pick these up off of eBay pretty cheap, but Amazon, you can get a kit of 4 of them. I think it comes with the cables and everything for a pretty good deal on there too. So if you was to buy the unit or wanted to buy more or something, you could do that too. I'll show you the one that I already have up, but I'm going to swap this one out. This is the one that I have. I know it's upside down. I'm going to put one of these up there anyhow because it's better. Okay, so this is the deal. It comes out with this thing. That's what was up there from before. I'm just going to rerun the cable and put this back up there. Okay guys, ran into one little issue so far. And it's just a manufacturing thing. I figured eventually I'd run into something silly. But what it is this is part of the piece that goes together here. Okay, where'd the rest of it go? Okay, because this goes on there. The little ball and the nut and stuff goes on here. Okay, so this actually goes inside in here. Okay, and then the little leg part that actually mounts to wherever you're going to put it, the eave or wherever. Okay, so there's actually a hole in here. See this hole? Has this little butterfly, you know, wing nut thing that goes in there. Well, what's happened is you guys probably won't be able to see it, but let me turn it here. It's kind of indented in a little bit, just enough to where once you put the ball in here, okay, and you have everything together and you got it mounted and you got to put that wing nut in there, it'll actually screw in here while you got it like this. But see here, it'll actually screw in and holds tight, but the way it mounts is it only has to go in about that far to actually get it to hold on. So you only have to screw it in a little bit. Well, the thing is because it's indented that little bit, it won't catch on it. It just kind of sits there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my drill, and I got a drill bit that's just undersized. Okay, so I can actually get that in there and I can ream it out a little bit as I need to get that to fit up in there, and I'm going to put it in the same place but just on the opposite side. So let me get that done there and get this back together here, and I'll show you what I did on the end there. Okay, so what I found the easiest way to do is I put it in a pair of vice grips and just drill straight through one side, right out the other. It did go a little offset, but it'll be okay. Okay, so got it back together, guys. Had to drill a hole on the side there to get her to thread back in there, so that way she'll set right. I was going to do a install video here, guys, but she started raining. I'm not ruining my camera. Not ruining my camera here, so what I might have to do is set one of them up another day here if you guys are really interested in maybe seeing one. It's actually, you know, the process of actually installing it, because I could take it apart and put it back together there, because it's not a big deal. So like I said, guys, I can get this stuff set up and then I'll go inside. I still gotta tuck all the cables and stuff too, so that's my next thing here, and I'll kind of show you how what my method is here to kind of hide the cabling around the house and stuff. Because if you have siding on a house, it's so easy to hide stuff. You can hide cables anywhere. I've ran cables through gutters and all kinds of stuff before when I did Dish Network. So it's a learning experience, you know. It's kind of a big learning curve, but once you figure it out, man, you can hide stuff all over the place if it's actually like vinyl siding. So I'll kind of show you how that works too, and you pretty much will never see the cable unless you know exactly where to look for it. So let me get you guys shut off here. I got to get this other camera put up, and I'll show you guys how to hide these cables. Okay, so cable running. What you do is once you get your units where you want them, okay, cameras, dish, whatever. Okay, you get everything where you want it, and then you take the cables from where they are and pull them tight, okay, and then come back. Okay, so you come back through here and around. So once I'll pull that back around through here, and then I'll show you how I tuck the rest of it through. When you're trying to run stuff, you don't want a bunch of cable at the end. You want to leave a little bit, so you try to maybe leave 3 or 4 inches in case you need to move something or add or plus or minus something, because you don't want to have to go back through and pull the whole cable back out if you know, if you had to move something. So make it easy as possible when you actually, if and when you need to move it. So you leave a couple inches and just tuck it up in. So what I'm going to do, I'll go over there and tuck that side in, and then come over this way and I'll show you kind of how this runs. I'll set you up on the tripod and show you how that works. So okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll zoom you guys in on this little corner. Okay, so if you look here, it has to come underneath of the pipe here, okay, and then across this way. So what I'm going to do is zoom you in kind of on this edge, so you kind of see what's going on here. I don't know if you guys seen that or not. I'll show you this up close. Okay, so like I said, show you this a little bit up close here. The way that everything is, like J channel and stuff that's on the edge, and all your corner trim and everything, all has a place to where you can kind of tuck stuff, and it's made to tuck the siding into it, but there's more room in there where you can actually, I've actually tucked 2 cables and on the corner, like a dual cable with a ground wire right up against the corners. Okay, so like this here, you can actually, it goes back that far. Okay, so roughly, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch or so. Okay, so but with this cable, it comes out right here. You can pull this little bit down, goes up and across. You tuck it up in here, and on the J channel, it gets rounded, so you can actually tuck it behind it and then run around. And what I'm going to do is it's going to go up and across all the way down, and we do the same thing on the other side and down, and actually end up in the box. So that's the biggest thing. What I usually do is I run everything, get it all ready to go, so that way I know that everything works, because you don't want to have to install everything, have all your cables run, everything done, and then freaking have to take your shit back out. So it's always a pain in the butt to try to, you know, diagnose a cable issue, or you know, like when I was doing dish, you know, receivers and things like that. So nice little car. But yeah, so we'll get you guys put away, and then I'll do an inside view here of the cameras and stuff, and how all the cabling and stuff runs in the house. So guys, that's the basis of the install there. If anybody has a direct question on it, just get with me. Like I said, I would have done an actual regular install, showing you guys how it all hooks up and stuff. It's very simple to hook it up. It's just got a has a BNC connector and another connector that hooks up to it. That all it does is just hook directly up to it here. Let me see if I can pull this one off here and show you guys real quick. These are the connectors. Okay. This is your power cable, and it just plugs straight in. And this one is actually a 100-foot cable that I bought for my other kit, because I'm a good distance away from the house here. So it actually comes with an adapter that runs it to a regular RCA cable. Okay, so let me pull this off here. It looks like this, and then the adapter, it adapts it from the RCA to a BNC. Let me pull this off. Okay, so this is the little adapter dealie, and it adapts it from the BNC to an RCA, so that way you can just use a regular cable. I don't know if you guys have ever messed with a BNC cable before. This little notch in it, and it goes on, and it only goes on one way, and then you kind of twist it and it locks it in. And the end of the cables are like that on the regular cables. It comes with this kit. But being that I'm not exactly using the kit exactly the way that it is, it's a little harder for me to do the 100-foot runs like I did. I only did one, but I have the ability to do another one. Like I was saying, I have the ability to run another 2 more cameras. I only got 6 hooked up. I have 1 more camera, but it was the one that was on the porch, and it was pretty screwed up. There's something wrong with the camera. It's putting a bunch of wavy lines in it. It might be the camera or the cable, I don't know. But I swapped the camera out for another one off on the same cable, and it was fine, so I'm assuming it's the camera, I don't know. But I got to run a little bit more cabling and get everything situated to where I want it, and then I got to go through and actually adjust everything, because where everything's at now is kind of just pointed in the general direction of where I want it at. So what I'm going to have to do is, you know, probably, you know, go inside, get my wife to come out here and kind of point it where I want everything to point, because I can't be outside 100 feet away from the box and be able to see where I want to go. So hope you guys like this video. It's probably the end of it here. It's probably going to be, I don't know, quite long, because there's a little bit of in-depth there. But like I said, guys, any questions, get with me. I've already talked to a couple people on like pricing and stuff. Like I said, I got this on Amazon. If you go in and type the number in on Amazon there, you can find them on eBay and other places also. But they're very easy to install, guys. Don't be intimidated by them. Biggest thing is running your cables and pointing your cameras where they gotta go. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a good night.